Hello friends, welcome back to episode 18 of my blind playthrough of Planescape Torment. Last episode ended in quite a turbulent way because Dak'kon died, and I wasn't sure how to resurrect him, but I actually remembered that I got an ability from Deonara, I believe, to raise corpses of my companions, and sure enough, it's right there. Now, this is Quatra, a fellow that we are supposed to be delivering a box to, and I just happened to stumble upon his dwelling, which is fortunate, but I think I would like to raise Dak'kon first, so that we don't miss out on any dialogue that he could possibly have. However, it might be a bit tricky. There are supposed to be thugs outside, so let's try to carefully pop outside, and sure enough, there are thugs indeed. What do we do about this, though? So there seem to be two of them, which, I mean, it couldn't be... It might not be a huge problem, but...
Hey, you're being watched, Chief.
Oh!
Just look natural.
Oh, never mind, the corpse of Dak'kon just got teleported to us. Well, that's super convenient. So I guess I'll try and use the special ability to raise dead. How do I do it though? I don't see any. Oh, okay. I use it on his companion icon. I raised him. There he is. Good as new. Well, 1 hit point out of 33, but that's better than 0. Now it said 3 before. Now it says 2. So I'm kind of concerned. Can I only use this 3 times throughout my whole playthrough? Or is it just 3 times per rest? Which honestly sounds more likely, right? Regardless, I gotta be mindful that I can't really abuse this too much, so gotta think about what I do here. I would like to come back and hand the box to Quatra though, so assuming that Quatra doesn't somehow attack us for some reason, I could go straight there. Then again, it might be a smarter idea to go rest first, because we are honestly not well off, and I think it would be worth it. Then again, we just happen to have daytime right now, which is like the less dangerous time, or at least it's supposed to be that. Hang on, am I... I accidentally walked into the alley of dangerous angles. Ain't you done killing for Rotten William yet? You'll have to pay for that sort of delay. 10 pieces of jink and you can go on your merry way. But I'm working for Rotten William. So am I. What do you say? Pay and stay, or bleed? I'm gonna try and flee. I'm gonna try and flee. Yeah, that was stupid of me to wander in there. I was gonna go left, but I didn't realize that that's the alley. I thought it was the other part of the hive. Ultimately, I think I should go back to Rackpicker's Square and rest at old Mebbeth's, which, as far as I know, is the only place where I can rest for free at this point.
Alright.
And I don't really like the idea of paying for a rest, right? So, I'll try and go there. God damn it, but there are so many thugs all around us. And this game is dangerous. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, you know what? I'm not sure what to do here. Let's, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go back to Quatra.
Done.
Also, Dak'kon doesn't seem to be regenerating his health, which is a bit concerning. I assume I gotta have him rest first, but
I'm gone.
let's lure away these thugs. Oh no, oh no, there are so many of them. I accidentally clicked off the game. That was fun.
Done.
All right. This was a stressful start to an episode, but what is that music, by the way? I don't think I've ever heard music like this in Planescape. Alright, well, let's talk to this guy. Moving from box to box, this man seems to be totally immersed in counting boxes and scribbling results down on a piece of parchment. He looks annoyed as you interrupt him. What is it now? Can't you see I'm busy taking inventory? Go bother someone else. Yeah, I would, but I was told to deliver this box to you. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Let's see what you got for me. I'm sure it'll need to be inventoried. Mar told me to give this to you. Honestly, I don't even remember the person's name at this point. But yeah, sure, Mar told me to give this to you. As you hold the box out for him to take, Guatra's expression turns from one of interest to that of intense horror. No, please, get it away from me. Huh. I don't understand. Why are you afraid of this box? I said, get back. Death. Evil. Had to dupe Mar. Couldn't take it anymore. Please, take to Brasken. Lives southwest. Hive. Me. No! Apparently the sight of the box is just too much for him as he runs screaming from the building. Oh. Well, what am I supposed to do with this, Brasken, huh? Sounds familiar, I think.
Updated my journal.
Well, I guess I now have this place all for myself. This seems to be a warehouse of some sort. Anything else going on here? Huh. So it's strange how he doesn't want this box. He mentioned death. Let's read the description again. This appears to be a small wooden box. Intricate designs etched in gold adorn the box. At one time, this box would have been worthy enough to be displayed at any aristocrat's estate. However, years of neglect have taken their toll, and it appears to be falling apart. If not for the large ruby mounted to the front of the box, it would be worthless. Feelings of dread seem to emanate from this box. Yeah, apparently they seem to emanate, but I don't know, how do we get rid of this then? I suppose we could just throw it away, but we're of course not going to do that because we're here for the content, right? And this box seems quite interesting, too interesting to throw away for sure.
Done.
These are probably the thugs that we are supposed to kill. I remember something about having to kill thugs dressed in red. But right now, we are more busy trying not to die. Alright, let's go to Mebbeth's place, and this time for real. And this time try to go the correct way, because apparently the streets are just a nightmare for some reason. Northwestern portion of the hive, that sounds about right. Yeah, there we can regroup and think about what to do next.
Done.
Okay, there it is. There it is. Let's run away here. This is quite annoying, I gotta say.
Right.
It seems that these enemies are pretty much infinitely respawning, so they just... the only purpose they really serve is to hinder your progress throughout the city. And I'm not a big fan of that in games, of respawning enemies. I mean, I like to feel like I've made progress, you know? So I'm happy when enemies stay dead. Alright, Mebbeth. Actually, I have another reason to come back here, because we talked to... I forgot his name, but the guy who helped us with the seed that we got from Mebbeth. Mebbeth turns as you enter and gives you a skeptical eye. Your path brings you back here, does it, child? Yes, I returned with those herbs you wanted. Now maybe you can get this damn bramble patch off my wrist. That's right, we got stuck with one. Is that so? Mebbeth glances at the barbs that surround your wrist. If so, think on it. Think it off, then. Oh, that's right, that's what you do with them.
Updated my journal.
Creaking and snapping, the black barbed branches unravel themselves from your wrist and form into a tangled ball of brush and twigs. It looks like a nest of dead black snakes. Mebbeth snorts. Think it into a picture frame or some such. Something with more structure and less angles. Imagine the barbed ball into a picture frame. More XP for that. I guess this has got to be like a hidden wisdom or intelligence check, right? There's got to be a chance for me to save to fail this. Otherwise, there would be two separate XP sort of rewards. The branched ball creaks, the twigs bending and twisting until the branches have bent themselves into a small picture frame, 2 handspans on a side. Almost unconsciously, you imagine shape the barbs to the back of the frame so it can be hung from the wall easily. Are you saying I went all this way just to give you a new picture frame? Well, how's that for a picture frame, Mebbeth? Mebbeth stares at the frame for a moment, then cackles. Ha! Square enough it is. Good work, child. Good work. She picks up the frame and scrutinizes it. This'll do nicely. Okay, seriously, that's what you wanted the seed for? Aye, well, this is enough. She sniffs. Aye, but there was one thing I forgot to tell you to fetch when you left last time, and it'll take you back to the merchant square, it will. Look for the cloth seller Giscorl. He has some rags of mine that he was supposed to wash, and long has it been since I first asked him to do it. Well, you could have mentioned that before I... Never mind. I have some questions. Go on and ask, then. My simple question is, could I rest here? Alright. And we have rested. We get this scary resting animation, which I still really don't understand the purpose of that. The face in the middle, though, could that be somehow related to the Lady of Pain? Hang on, Dak'kon didn't get healed.
Endure.
How come?
In enduring, grow strong.
Okay, that's cool. You can keep growing strong, but why didn't you get healed? I guess I still don't understand how the companion system of this game works then. Because I expected my party to be fully healed, otherwise what's the point of resting? Is there anything in his stat screen that gives me a clue as to what's happening here? It could be that that his nature as a Githzerai somehow changes things. Also interesting that he is a fighter mage. I guess I learned that the last time when I spoke to him about training me. But yeah, that's a multi-class as I can read here. So we have a multi-class companion, which seems to be quite unique. I mean, I haven't played that many CRPGs, but I feel like companions which multi-class on their own, that's got to be quite rare, doesn't it? Doesn't really say anything here. I mean, I guess we're in better shape than we were, and it's not even nighttime, so that's useful. What about this Nod guy? He looks familiar, but I don't quite remember him. As you approach the hooded brown-robed man, you notice that he's mumbling to himself softly and occasionally nodding. Someone comes to speak to Nod. Speaks to Nod, aye. He suddenly breaks into a fit of hacking coughs, then nods to himself. What are you doing? Nothing, except looking for debtors. Nothing else. He sniffs, then gives another hacking cough. He mumbles for a moment, then speaks again. Nothing else. Neither jink. Jink, jink. So you're a collector then? I mean, your clothing kind of gave it away. Why are you looking for corpses? He starts nodding without really looking at you. I'll enter the back place. Mortuary. He tilts his head back and forth, then nods again. There, the dusties. They haggles and gives jink. They takes the debtor in. They do, aye, and not don't talks to them till the next body. He sniffs, wiping at his nose with the back of his hand. Okay, those are all things that I knew. I had some questions. He nods. What? He sniffs, then squints at you. Jink. He taps his head, points at you, then points at his hand. He wants to know something. Jink. Hi. Jink Jink. You know what? I don't think you know anything more than what I need to know. I'm not gonna give you any money.
Done.
Alright, now is the time to regroup. So we could go back to Giscorl. We know the way pretty well at this point. We could also try and kill the star dogs. Or no, those were not the three. Never mind. July. July is another good one. Okay, so we're gonna go talk to the Giscorl, and then we're gonna go find July next to the smoldering corpse. Now, I'm not quite sure whether I should
I'm gone.
fight the thugs that ambush me now, just to get rid of them, because I don't want to be low on health again, but I also don't want them to kind of stack up, you know? Which is what they seem to do if you leave them for too long. So let me try and kill them without getting Dak'kon too damaged. I suppose I could unselect him, and oh my god, I really should unselect him. Is there a simple way to unselect him though? For fuck's sake, run away. Okay, let's do just these two. Okay, can I do that? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kind of annoying to have a companion along that is fragile like that though. I gotta find a way to heal him up. Alright, we got I gotta loot those guys and get out of here as quickly as possible, just so I don't pick up any more aggro. Alright, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, guys.
I'm gone.
You enjoy yourselves, but I'm out of here this very instant. Diane the Sender. Now. Well, are you gonna say something new now? Now that we've got Dak'kon with us. The red-haired girl scowls as you approach, and her tail begins to lash back and forth. Well, what is it? Yeah, she told us Ferret was to the south and west of the mortuary, and it turns out that south and west of the mortuary, there's an alley filled with heavily armed thugs. Do you know anything about that, Anna? Oh, aye? Well, maybe you'd be best asking them where old Stuttercrutch is. I think this is what we actually tried the last time, didn't we? I don't want to threaten her like that. You know what? Maybe I will. This has got to be the second time I've backed off, but I really don't want to do anything to piss her off. She seems to be a potential companion, so I'm kind of treating her nicer than I probably would if she were just a random person.
Done.
Alright. Giscorl. Are you here? Or do I have to go even further? Yes, okay, this is July, by the way. This is who we're looking for. I was looking for Giscorl because I thought I could remember the way. Apparently I'm an idiot and I forgot it already. But I found the other person. July. July, come here. You see a thin man with stained clothes, a hooked nose, and two stubby horns jutting from his forehead. He is stumbling about and muttering to himself. He stinks of brine, vomit, and cheap wine. Are you July? If so, Craddock needs you back at the marketplace. Craddock? The man's eyes widen. Ah, Craddock, me generous boss. Well, you can tell him this. He can bike off, and that he's a filthy dog, a cur of the lowest sort, and July's not a-working for him anymore. He jabs you with his finger. Tell him that. I'll tell him from a distance. Farewell. And that's it for July. Apparently, he doesn't really care about his job that much. God damn it, these thugs are so annoying. I mean, since I've already damaged him, I want to chase him down to get more loot, but it's just gonna lead to more trouble. See? There it is already. This is... okay, I gotta find a way to somehow
Damn it.
cull the numbers of these guys, because they are just super annoying to deal with. Give me your loot. Did he just exit the map? I didn't even know they could do that. Man, dealing with those guys is a pain. Tattoo parlor. Painted door to Tenement of Thugs. Yeah, that's the... Hang on. I knew that was the painted door, but the Tenement of Thugs... After all, it doesn't seem quite just painted, does it? It seems to be a real door, disguised as a painted door, which... that's got to be quite a feat, let me tell you. Hang on, where was the... ring? Gotta pick up the ring. There it is. Somewhere over here. I don't know. I really don't want to resurrect Dak'kon for another time. Oh, by the way, I should definitely check my my special ability, whether it got refilled, because I rested, so that was kind of my... What the hell? Now there are 3 more? Okay, that's... This gameplay is frankly just super annoying, unless I'm doing something very, very wrong, which could be the case. I'm not saying it's not, but why is this place just full of thugs? It's a daytime even, and they're still here. Oh my god. I guess I could lower the difficulty, but I don't want to do that for all of the sequences, you know? Oh, those are the things that Dak'kon had on him. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Hang on, we gotta pick up our pet Lim. We gotta pick up our guy.
I'm gone.
Get out of here and... I'm so lost in this place. I can't even check my map because even the map doesn't pause the game, you know? There are thugs everywhere. All right, we're in the right place. Holy shit, am I not enjoying running away from these guys? You know, I think this is why I originally quit the game. I'm not saying I want to quit the game here, but I would like to find a way to, I don't know, just deal with them. Can I just turn them off? I don't think they add anything to the gameplay. They're honestly just super annoying. Giscorl, I can't even talk to you because I'm being chased down by a bunch of rude lunatics for no reason. I mean, I think I could technically talk to him because the conversation would start and pause the game, right? Yeah, that's what happens, but it doesn't really feel immersive. Giscorl turns to you. Aye, Giscorl. He bows and spreads his trembling, scarred hands. Aye, Giscorl. I'm here to pick up someone's wash. Mebbeth, the midwife. Rackpicker's Square. Giscorl blinks. Wash? Cloth? Yes, Mebbeth, Ragpicker's Square. Hello? Rag Picker. He taps his fingers as if counting something. I know. I remember. He holds up a trembling finger as if telling you to wait. Well, I shall wait. Hopefully I don't get killed in the meantime. He comes back with a flattened mass of green rags, thin as paper, yet so stiff they look like they could double as wooden boards. The rags are so caked with a greenish lime starch that they look like it would take years of soaking to relax them. How many times did you clean these, my guy? Giscorl washcloth, starch cloth every 5th day, washcloth, starch cloth every 5th day. His eyes flicker. Giscorl wash many years, always starch cloth on 5th day. Giscorl's ritual. But they're ruined. They're not ruined. That's almost a work of art. I mean, they are ruined as clothing, but washcloth is Giscorl's ritual. His voice is flat, almost zombie-like. Must starch cloth every 5th day. Okay, well, what's the point of doing it every 5 days when they don't need... Never mind, just hand them over. Give cloth. He nods, then hands you the rags. They're heavy, it's like carrying an armload of bricks. I'll take them to Mebbeth now. Farewell.
So I had to drop it.
And I have to drop them. Alright, I gotta shuffle my inventories around. Hopefully this doesn't... Hopefully this doesn't make all the thugs attack me. I assume this pauses the game. By the way, moving things through the companion's portraits works wonders. Thank you for that suggestion again. I think I got that from 2 people in the comments, and it's a brilliant one. I'm not sure if I would have figured it out by myself, to be honest. I might have, but
Your path is mine.
well,
Done.
there's no way to know. All right, let's come back to Mebbeth. See, this will really help me learn the street layouts if I have to walk back and forth like this.
Done.
And avoid thugs on the way. That's honestly just my favorite part of the game, you know? As is no doubt apparent. Hang on, where am I? What is this place? I feel like... Okay, this is not the way. Never mind. I'm still getting lost
Done.
all the time here. Is this a completely new place, by the way? I don't remember an Ingress. No, this is the obelisk. But I still don't remember a character named Ingress being here. You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her hair is disheveled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is a fused lump of flesh. It looks melted, like wax exposed to a great heat. Ignis, you naughty boy. That's gotta be your work. Everything that has to do in fire is your work. Hello?
Updated my journal.
What is it you want of me? The woman's accent is thick, and you are having difficulty making out what she is saying. You want me to leave? Not leaving the city, I'm not. I can't try it, it's not a city, it's a prison everywhere. Everywhere? There's worlds, there's... Her eyes gleam madly. Plains that be sinking sands, fields thirsty nettles be, sightless worlds where your limbs are given life and hate, cities of dust whose people are dust and whisper ash, the house without doors, the twilight lands, the singing winds, the singing winds. She starts to sob quietly, but she seems all out of tears. And shadows, the terrible shadows there be. That's a lot to take in. Sinking sands, thirsty nettles, sightless worlds, limbs given life and hate. That's very difficult to imagine. People are dust and whisper ash. I don't know how much of this is metaphor and how much of this is like actual stuff that I could find there, you know? Twilight lands. Singing winds. Repeated twice. Or repeated once, I mean. Okay, where are these places? Where's them places? She flings the lump of her right hand in an arc, gesturing at the cityscape. They's all here be. Doors, doors, here to everywhere. I know about the doors, but for completion's sake. You're not knowing this. She squints at you and her teeth start chattering. Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrice cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue, the spaces between shelves. Beware any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. What do you mean? Every door has a key, it does, and with this key they show their true nature. An arch becomes a portal, a picture frame becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal, all eager to take you someplace else. They steal you away. She raises the lump of her right hand, and sometimes what's on the other side takes part of you as a tithe. Well, for one, it seems that Ignis did not burn her hand. It seems like she got burnt in one of these other planes. What are those keys then? The keys number as many as the doors of this city. Every door a key, every key a door. Her teeth start chattering again as if she is cold. And a key is anything. It may be an emotion, an iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers, a thought 3 times, then thought once in reverse, or it may be a glass rose. I feel like some of these might be clues. An iron nail, a glass rose. Those are tangible objects, although a glass rose sounds quite unusual. But if I ever get my hands on one of those, I'll definitely keep it on me. And these are all keys that open these doors.
Updated my journal.
Yes. Your teeth start chattering and she clenches her mouth closed and squints her eyes. Yes. Can't leave. Can't leave. Oh. Did you get here from another plane of existence then? Yeah, how did you get here?
Updated my journal.
From... She seems to calm slightly and her eyes take on 1,000-league stare. Came from a place else from here, almost a life ago. Hummed a tune by a glade with 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door opened in the space between the cross trees, showed me the city on the other side. I stepped through, and it here. Whoa. That is crazy. A life ago. I mean, that kind of begs the question of how long you are and how long your lifespan is. Why am I getting this information? I feel like I can find these 2 dead trees that had fallen together. That seems like quite a specific detail to include in dialogue like this, you know? Thinking not from the point of view of the character, but from the point of view of me playing the game. A brilliant door. Then again, I might just be off. That honestly could go either way. Why can't you go back? Do you not know the key, or did you... Actually, this kind of brings up an interesting question that I hadn't thought of before. So if you find a key and that opens the portal and you go to another plane, does it mean that the same key also opens the door back? Or is there even a door back in the same place? And if there is it opened by a different key? Because if it's opened by a different key, then I can easily understand why you don't know how to get back. Or if there isn't a door in the first place, I would understand that. But I feel like there have to be 2 complementary portals, right? Or it's more like one portal, just one gate there and back again, right? I don't know. I've heard a lot about these doors and planes and keys, but I'm not sure anyone's mentioned this yet. And I feel like that's a really important detail to know. Well, why can't you go back? Tried! She tries to sob again, but no tears come. Tried. All doors here lead to other places. She shudders and grips her melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals, some a purpose, some an accident. None of them right. Can't find way back. I mean, there's got to be one that can take you back. Can't even leave here, this square. And there, the place of death behind the gate waits for me. She points at the mortuary behind the gate, then turns back to you, her face desperate. Can't go anywhere in this city. Hang on, what do you mean you can't go anywhere? I mean, I've met characters who had issues just getting around the city, saying that the layout keeps changing, which would actually explain why I fail to reach most places that I want to reach. But I don't know, I still feel like that's mostly me being dumb as a player. I feel like the actual game world has the same layout all the time. I know that for a fact because I have a map. What do you mean by I can't go anywhere? Anything could be a door. Any arch there, any door here could be a portal. Don't know the key. Could get us sent to another horrible place. Her teeth start chattering again. Got to stay away from the closed spaces. All could be doors. Could have a key on me and not be knowing it. Okay, so hang on. You just got so paranoid, just so afraid of everything that you don't want to go through any door or arch because it might be a portal. Also, I feel like I have an unfair advantage as the player because I see the portals, right? I saw a portal open right here, which, by the way, we are definitely going to check out. Not sure if immediately after this because Dak'kon is feeling so weak, but I feel like I haven't seen this portal before, right? Honestly, this whole place seems kind of new, given that there's a new character here. But, so for other people, is it that they just walk through an arch and suddenly they're on the other side without really knowing that they were about to walk through a portal? That would be scary, honestly. She nods, her teeth chattering. Well, how long have you been afraid of this? She squints. Since the last time I walked through the last portal, the place where my hand... She stops. Since my 10th turning... I'm in me 14th turning that now. Her teeth begin chattering again. Hang on, did you get here when you were 10 years old? That is crazy. So you haven't walked through any door for 30 years. Her vision seems to clear slightly. She looks up at you, her teeth still chattering. I mean, I'm not gonna insult her like that, but if you got here, there must be a portal that can take you back. It's only a matter of finding it. She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because she is cold. They are moving around inside her mouth? What the fuck am I reading? Her gums twisting as the teeth shift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. This is a fucking trap, isn't it? She's about to kill me. What the hell is going on here? What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal you steps through accident to drive the fear into you. I went through thrice then, lost my hand, burned my flesh and lost my sense. She looks at her feet. No more. No more. Okay, I was pretty sure she was about to turn into like a giant monster or something and destroy this entire city. I'm sorry, if I can find some means to help you, I will. Try. Farewell, I guess?
Updated my journal.
Holy shit, though. Okay, that woman is just losing it. Never mind, she's lost it completely. 30 years ago. See, I can't help but notice this portal. Let's get away from these thugs before they get angry for no reason. This portal, though. What do I do with this? The thing is, even when I manage to open a portal like that. Oh, this is the mausoleum. Hang on, then I have been here. Of course I have been here. Yeah, that's where I... Okay, never mind. We're not going there. Still, though, it's kind of funny how you can just find a portal and not know why it opened, you know? Like, you have a bunch of items on you, and it could have been due to any one of them. Now, I know that in this case, I've been given an item to, yeah, no. An item to open this, but it could happen when I'm describing. Shilandra Skip, have I been here then? Oh yes, I remember you. I kind of thought you were a mage or something. Yes, you're practicing your spells. How have you been doing? And yet another interruption. A person cannot even find privacy within one's own home. Please leave before I summon the guards. Or better yet, I'll try out a new spell I've been toying with. Okay, apologies. I only popped in because it's a safe place and I need to think about my next steps here. This was Ingress, right? So right now I'm trying to get back to Mebbeth. And apparently I'm still completely incapable of finding my way around. Northwest sounds about right though, but I'm pretty sure that's where I came from this time.
I'm gone.
See, if I could just stop and think, I would probably find it quite easily, but the fact that I just keep getting chased by these thugs. Hang on, one ear. I want to talk to you. Screw immersion. I'll just pause I'll just pause these guys with the conversation because this is getting crazy. Right. So why did I even stop and talk to him? It's because the one guy who has the ear wanted me to help him, right? Right. The one-ear tiefling scowls at you threateningly. Pike off, Burke, or I'll have your guts for garters. If it's garters you're after, I just happen to have a pair. Your mother left them in my bed last night. That's funny, but I don't need yet another enemy. There are already like 6 thugs after me. You wouldn't have happened to have lost that ear while robbing an old man here in the hive. I don't even know what you're talking about, Burke. He glares at you angrily. Now I suggest you get your mangled carcass out of my sight before I carve my name onto you. Certainly. Just give me the fork that you stole from him and I'll be on my way. With a flash of movement too quick to follow, he whips his blade from its sheath and begins waving it menacingly before you. Why don't you come and take it from me, Burke? Okay, this was definitely the wrong conversation to begin while getting attacked by a gang of thugs. Why don't you put that blade away before you get hurt? You sure you do have a sharp tongue, Burke? I think I'll cut it out and feed it to you. He lunges at you, his knife leading the way. Well, man, screw this. I'm not having a good time here.
All right.
I guess I'll have to find him when I come back there, because right now it's really not a good time for me to do this. We're back at the marketplace, by the way. No progress has been made. How do I heal Dak'kon? I have no idea how to do that. I think I'll have to look it up before next episode, because I'm genuinely out of ideas here. I mean, I could use healing items, of course. What is this for? Yeah, that's for focusing spellcasting abilities. This is all just stuff I gave him. Does he have like a healing spell or something? He is a mage after all. He should have something like that. Rain of Anger, submerge the whale. Okay, let's read these. Rain of Anger, range of 40 feet. Duration instant, speed 1, area of effect 1 creature. Zerthimon's teachings allow the channeling of anger into the streams of unerring missiles that quickly strike those that oppose you. The spell summons a magical missile that strikes its target unerringly for 3 to 6 points of damage with no saving throw possible. In addition, the caster gains 1 extra missile every 2 levels for a total of 5 missiles at level 9. Sounds useful, not right now though. Submerge the will. When the will is submerged, new strength is gained. The strength to endure and protect against adversity. With knowing the teachings of the third circle of Zerthimon comes greater protection against all forms of attacks. When cast, a magical orb of protective energy arises and protects the recipient from attacks from all directions. It bestows an armor class 2 against all attacks and +1 to all saving throws for 12 seconds per level of the caster. See, this is a super useful spell to know. So I should cast this the next time we get attacked. It's kind of crazy that this is episode 18 or something like that, and I'm only now getting to learn the abilities of my companions. I guess that's because I've just been so focused on all the characters in the world that I didn't pay enough attention to the combat mechanics. And finally we have Power of One. And from Gith, the warrior queen, came the knowing of oneself, and from the knowing came immense power. This spell increases the target's strength score by a certain number of points, or tenths of points above 18, which will still be qualified by race-class restrictions. The spell cannot bestow a strength of 21 or greater. The bonus is as follows. Priest, rogue, warrior, wizard. Okay, so seems to work best for the warrior and least for the wizard, which I guess makes sense. So this is for boosting your strength. Now these are some nice abilities, but none of them really allows me to heal Dak'kon.
What's up?
And yeah, not really sure what to do with all of this here.
All right. I'm gone.
All right. Instead of attacking, could you maybe tell me the way to Mebbeth? I feel like that would be way more useful for me in at this point, you know? Attack him, you cowards.
Damn it.
Select them all. I'll let him run away. At this point, I'm just too tired of them to care. Northwestern portion, that's where I came from. Southwestern portion. How do I not know the map yet? I know I gotta go there, but I couldn't find the way through Rackpicker Square when I was there. Man, this has got to be the most frustrating playthrough to watch, honestly. I don't envy you guys.
All right.
No, stop attacking Dak'kon. You are not allowed to attack Dak'kon under any circumstances, okay? How did I get there? Okay, I thought there was the passage icon, but it was so well hidden. What the actual hell happened there? I don't understand this game. I thought I was getting the hang of it, but no. All right, Mebbeth, can you finally teach me to be a mage? Mebbeth seems lost in twisting the black branched picture frame you made for her. She's squaring the edges and snapping off some of the barbed seeds on the branches. She suddenly notices you and sets down the frame. Hi, child. Yeah, I brought your wash. I think Giscorl was a little heavy on the cleaning ritual, though. She takes the stacks of starched green rags from you, and she examines them critically. At least they won't tear, she sighs. Or bend. Okay, well, what was with that cloth merchant? His hands were all scarred and he seemed slow. Are you sure you can't give your clothes to a more reliable sort of merchant? Mebbeth is still turning the cloth over in her hands, tapping it with her finger. Well, child, sometimes one burns with the art and other times the art burns ye. Is that what happened in his particular case? Mebbeth clicks her tongue. Mayhap. There's some who using the art, for who using the art is like breathing. They strolls about with pointy hats and stinkweed pipes. And there's hedge wizards and plain-touch gypsies and fortune casters and half-seers and midwives who flicker with the art. Them have a harder time of it. I see, she used this errand as a lesson for me, an aspiring mage. That's cool. And Giscorl was one of these later kinds of magic users. Mebbeth nods. Aye, so to speak. In some ways he's no different now than he was. Addicted to habit and ritual he was. She sets down the stiff rags. They clunk as she places them on the floor. Aye, now there's one last thing I need from you, child. Okay, this better not involve me going back to the market, Mebbeth. Yeah. Oh, and if it does, child, then I might finally learn the way to the market and back, because I failed to do that twice, apparently. Mebbeth draws herself up and she glares at you. Even at full height, her head barely crests your shoulders. Mebbeth, it's a waste of time to keep traveling to the market for all these things, especially when you could have taken a moment and thought about everything you needed, instead of sending me on the same errand 3 fucking times. Mebbeth puffs up, her face turning turnip red. Oh, aye. Is that your feeling on the matter, is it? If so, then leave. I'll tell you, I won't be wasting my time trying to shine light in that mule head of yours. Okay, I'll do it once more. Just tell me, is there anything else you need me to pick up while I'm there? Only this. I need some inks for scribing some ingredients in one of me cookery books. I'll need you to fetch some from one of the merchants. Kosajai be her name. That does ring a bell. Very well, I'll go see if I can find her. I had some questions first. Do I have any new questions? Doesn't seem like I do. Okay. Hang on, what happens when I say I could use some healing? Very well then. She reaches for one of the dried herbs at her belt, snaps it off at the stalk, then grinds it in her calloused palms. Small wisps of dust and pollen rise from her hands. She then mumbles to herself and blows the dust into the air. I love these descriptions. I take a deep breath and it swirls around the room, blanketing me and my companions. Fingers crossed. Thanks, Mebbeth. And yes, it worked. Okay, that's how you heal him. Now, I'm not sure why resting didn't seem to work on him, but it could be because he's a completely different species. He's a Githzerai, and they are not human in nature or origin, so that makes a lot of sense. Well, now I feel good about this. This episode was a bit rough around the edges. I had a hard time in this episode, but I think I finally figured out a key thing with how to get healed and how to get to Rackbreaker Square. So hopefully we won't have such a hard time of it the next time. Let's just check out the journal to see if there's anything we missed. So this is telling me about Ingress. I met a disfigured woman named Ingress in the city outside the mortuary. She was horribly scarred. No doubt the wounds she suffered affected her mind. Ingress warned me about doors within the city. Yeah, okay, these are things we all know, yeah. Hummed a tune in a glade by 2 dead trees that had fallen together. So I wonder, can I actually come across these 2 dead trees? And if I'm there, do I actually get the option to hum a tune? I feel like the journal only records the important things, you know? Sometimes there's a whole conversation that I have with someone and the journal barely records a single line. And other times there's like these specifically or suspiciously specific details included. So I feel like that's what could be going on here. And this is it about the ink. Nothing new here, I believe. Fel. Fel is a fallen Dabus, a former servant of the Lady of Pain and one of the few remaining priests of the dead god of portals, Aelskar. He has achieved some renown as a tattoo artist, somehow bringing his pictures to a kind of life. Simply return to Fel with tales of your exploits and he can sketch them on your skin and allow you to draw strength from them. If you can actually pick the right tattoo. That was ridiculous what happened in the last episode. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.